Settling in, settling down. Falling in love, not falling out. I keep on falling in. Each of us both done in a crown. A crown, a crown, a crown. A king and a queen royally bound. Yeah. Both called it from the beginning. Called it. Knew that the right to be nice.
Alright, now that we are settled, you guys, my new coffee routine makes my coffees taste like snickerdoodles. The nutmeg brings your coffee to a festive, whole new level, not gonna lie. So this vlog is going to be a little bit different. I wanted to do like a little chit chat, cozy tree side vlog. And I wanted to do a video that Dr. Mike, who I have literally been binging nonstop lately, did a Google versus like being a doctor or a doctor. And I want to do that for military wives because I feel like there are definitely some assumptions. I want to kind of know what the world kind of feels like. But this is seemingly a more formal video, but I'm promising you it is not. So I've got my computer here, so I might look down at it, but I also have my coffee there, so I'm just gonna be going back and forth between the camera. But let's go to the first one. Why I hate military wives. We hate military wives like it's our job. When someone posts about what they struggle with their military life, it is not met with understanding. 6 annoying assumptions commonly made about military. You're lazy, you don't work, you're uneducated, entitled, you're only here for the benefits, you cheat, you're a snob. That's interesting. So I just want to address the military wives are annoying thing because that is just such a stretch. Our lives are so dependent on the government's wants. Maybe if I had said as a person in Germany, like, oh, I'm just so upset that we're in COVID and I can't do anything and I can't go anywhere, but those are valid things. Like, I'm away from my family, I'm away from my friends. Like, maybe there are certain ways that military wives are actually annoying, but I feel like sometimes our lives are so particular that no one can really understand it, what it means to kind of, if you left a big job to move into a whole new life. Yeah, don't underestimate that. Military wives maybe are annoying, but sometimes we actually have valid reasons. I'm gonna actually change it to spouses. There's no gender roles here. Military spouses employment. So someone actually asked me to do a video on military spouse employment. I just feel like I've only had experiences applying and not getting a job, and I just don't want that to be the perspective that I give. I want to be able to give resources and show you guys that people are actually working that I know who are spouses, and then there are also some that aren't, whether it's by choice or just by circumstances. COVID definitely made it harder for me to find a job as a military spouse. I did miss some opportunities because of the timing, so there was just so many factors, but I don't want to give you guys a perspective like you're not going to work or it's really hard to work and you're miserable, because I'm not. There are resources that you can find on your own, and then there are resources on basis that can help you find employment. You just got to utilize them. Being a military wife is lonely. 7 ways to help a lonely military wife. This is beautiful. Being a military wife can be lonely. In the beginning, it was very difficult for me to adjust, not only because of the loneliness factor, but because I was in a whole different country where I didn't speak the language. I came from a busy household where there were a bunch of kids all the time. So then coming to my big apartment and still looking for a job, not knowing the language, I didn't drive for a while. It was difficult. It can be a little bit lonely. Perks of being a military wife, number 1, I would say travel hands down. Now, it may be because I'm like a naive, weird person who just would like love to go to New Mexico or Arizona randomly. If I was in the States, I would probably find it nice to be able to travel to new places and find like new communities and all that stuff. However, some places are not fun. We won the lottery with Germany and being able to travel all over Europe. Lost the lottery, lost all that with COVID, but that's okay. cheap groceries. So a lot of the groceries at the commissary, which is the grocery store on on US bases, have discounted groceries. For me, I would say it's normally priced. Like I can't say I'm not used to the prices. And then at the BX, it's tax-free, so that definitely helps. So being a military wife these are grim. Is being a military wife worth it? I think being a military wife is worth it. You're someone's spouse in this time where they're like completely changing their lives. It means you guys are both changing your lives and you signed up for that. That alone is worth it. Travel, worth it. Establishing a whole new life with your spouse is nice. It's difficult, it's challenging, but it's definitely worth it. Seeing the world with someone you love is worth it. Tips for being a military spouse. I think I'll end the video on this one. Number 1 tip, try to be your most supportive to your spouse. Their life is changing, understand that. Try to hone in on their stresses. They're working a job that is their entire life. And I think that to me took a long time to click, but it's facts. If it clicks that it's their entire life, it'll click that it's also yours, and you'll have to do your best to cope with that. Be ready to drop everything on a dime. Always be flexible. Number 2, if you find yourself in a situation like mine where you are unemployed, immediately find a hobby. Don't. Just find a hobby. Make sure you're keeping up with your friends and family. They know that they can help in any sort of way. If they can offer support, they will. Keep them close, because you are gonna have these moments where you feel super weird about your situation, and you're gonna need the support too, just as much as you need to offer it to your spouse. I don't understand this do military wives work question. All right, I'm gonna end the vlog there. I hope that this helped. I hope that this was interesting. Being a military wife / a military spouse is one of the most craziest things I've ever decided to do in my entire life, because it went hand in hand with getting married and moving across the world. But it's so rewarding, it's so worth it. There are so many stereotypes and assumptions out there about the military wife community that I even had and completely overcame during my time with the military. Just being amongst this community and this new world has definitely shaped my opinions moving forward about those people in the military, the stresses they face, and just the weirdness about it all. Like, you go to a 9 to 5 and you leave it. It's 9 to 5. But having a job that's also your life and your community at the same time is such a big thing for me to conceptualize. And then you add the fact that we moved to Germany. So yeah, either way, that's the vlog. The next video I want to do is a home tour. I have had some requests. Honestly, I'm kind of afraid because my house is nothing crazy. I just don't feel like it's like aesthetic-y or anything. One thing about the military community that I did say is that we are very flexible, or we have to become very flexible, and that means being strategic about, like, if you know you have an assignment for a certain period of time, you get a little wary about like filling it up to the brim with stuff. It's just something that I wanted to do. My husband didn't want to do it, and I'm glad we ended up not, because I feel like we have a better idea of all the things we want to keep and all of the things we want to give away, and that's still so much stuff, so I can't imagine having more. Tune in, subscribe, like, and let me know what you guys would like to see coming up with Vlogmas and just in general about my military life and life in Germany. I am open to new suggestions, so I will see you guys in the next video.